As a reaction to the funny episode, God, that bit is so funny. Today I'm joined.
Funny in heavy quotation marks.
I am joined by Titanium 1208, and of course, my classic, good old best friend, Bruce Willis.
Hello.
Oh, the guy from Die Hard. Awesome.
That's me.
And
Go
I
out
don't
to
think
the clubs, watch
am
a
I-
death battle. They're good. They said be fun. Say, come out, they said be fun. Got him at it. That'd be great.
Sounds sweet.
Alright, let's
Yeah.
just start. I need to make sure the volume's not too loud, though.
Alright.
Oh, they did. Okay, they didn't use that one render of like the photoshopped rock on Injustice 2 Black Adam.
That was so weird.
That was just uncomfortable. If you're gonna
I'm
use
sorry
fan art,
I
please
found
use good
out.
fan art.
Whenever I found out Apocalypse was played by Oscar Isaacs, I was like, the guy from Star Wars? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
You can't tell
And
because
Oscar Isaac is also Moon Knight, isn't he?
Yeah, he
I
is.
think so.
Which also ties back into Egyptian mythology.
This guy can't escape it.
Latveria.
See, it's funny, right? Because they said Batman and magic together.
Crystals.
I
Batman and Spirit Science.
They just
would
call him
be the
Teth
best
Adam.
buddies.
don't like when it's spelt and pronounced Teth Adam. That's just weird.
Hey,
Like, it's not-
kid, what's up?
It's not wrong. It is Teth Adam, but Teth Atem sounds so much more fitting with the Egyptian theme.
Played by Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, this is the second Death Battle thumbnail this season to have The Rock's face in it.
First to me.
Fair. But, yeah, hey, The Rock. That's funny.
Multiple wrestlers over the course of only 2 years. It's crazy.
Need more.
Yeah, let's use John Cena's Peacemaker.
Let's do it.
Unironically, though, no, do that. That'd be awesome.
Like that stupid little kid. Oh, no. It's a lot of lightning. It's fun.
Yeah, the lightning that he gets from a sun god for some reason.
That makes no sense.
I know there is a thunder god of Egypt. I'm trying to remember who it is, but it's not fucking Ra.
You just called Kmart Gandalf? God. Oh.
Actually, that second one, yeah.
Hello, Lantern Ring, what?
Yeah, he's had a Yellow Lantern ring before. He like
Oh, he had one, but
he like overpowered it. I don't think they're gonna give it to him in the fight. That'd be so stupid. Like, I get it because you could match you can match Apocalypse's variety, but like part of the appeal is that you got one guy with a ton of variety versus just a raw brick.
just brute force incarnate.
Like, what sounds cooler? Black Adam just brute forcing his way through Apocalypse's shit, or him like making a giant dildo to fight back against it with a Yellow Lantern ring that he rarely ever has.
I'm imagining a chimp dressed as Black Adam, and I'm laughing really hard in my head.
What if a chimp
We've only
got the
trained this
power
chimp
Shazam?
to say one word, and it's Shazam.
It works every time. Mom.
He killed himself.
Wasn't Atlas a Titan?
Yeah. He was punished to hold up the sky.
I don't know why that picture makes me laugh. The thumbs up. So stupid.
Why? How?
I don't know.
That one's acceptable. Toth is very smart.
I like Todd. He's cool. Burm.
No! Ah!
Is that King Shazam? Oh god.
It looked like something else to me, and I just...
I think that's King It's like, it's really dumb. I saw an action figure for it, and it's been on clearance for like 3 months. And I guess the Batman who smirks every now and then was there too.
Hate that.
There's also that time someone, I think, like shrunk down a football field, put it inside of his skull, and tried to grow it large again.
That's a... Oh, God. That was an unfortunate... That is an unfortunate face. I don't want to see The Rock doing that face. The imagery of perpetually constipated Dwayne Johnson is not something I want.
Black Adam is whatever he wants or needs to be.
Tore through Spectre, classic Spectre jobbing for the hell of it. Oi, oi, oi. Is that a fucking
one of
Space
them's
Marine
an
Dreadnought?
alligator.
God, that suit's so cool.
What was he gonna do? Take it from him?
Take that, Scarecrow, you little bitch.
Scarecrow actually does have a yellow lantern. Like,
Oh yeah, but
he doesn't have a
lost
ring
it
anymore.
eventually.
Fucking, can
No,
you
he's-
imagine?
I think he's still got the
Adam,
lantern.
Can I get that lantern ring back? I mean, you're welcome to try.
I'm
Not Hawkman.
Not my favorite
Everyone loves
Hawkman.
Hawkman.
They didn't bring up the fucking living lightning pummeling him through the Omniverse and out the Speed Force. It was like my favorite Black Adam feat because it's so ridiculous.
Chazoozle.
That analysis felt pretty quick.
Yeah,
South Park.
it was alright. Like, there was nothing wrong with
It's
that.
Satan.
They brought up the fact that his morality isn't black and white, which is probably the most important thing.
Yeah.
Aside from, of course, the Omniverse lightning.
I don't want religion in my death battle.
Too late.
Again. Not again. Oh,
Oh
no.
fuck, that's relatable.
It's. Yep.
He's Kirkland brand Thanos.
Why was Baby Thanos on top of Cosmic Ghost Rider?
I think it's funnier to just not have context to that. Ah!
It don't look that bad. Okay, that's a little bad.
Yo, it's his sword, Scarab.
He's only ugly from the chin, like, from the nose down, that's it. Jesus Christ.
And so he embraced the perceived truth. If he was a monster, he would prove it. Betrayed by all and respected by none. If no
Got
one would care
big.
for En Sabanur, they would all fear Apocalypse.
Long story short, he's a mutant. And not just
I can only imagine how that went down when he
Hell.
said, he screamed out, "I am the apocalypse," and then all the other Egyptians were like, "What the hell does he speak? I don't speak English. That doesn't exist
It's
yet."
an apocalypse? What?
He has inhuman physiology, along with
The death seed.
structure.
I
lo-
just, I am apocalypse, and they're all just like,
What?
Fly into a plane.
It's funny because like when you
MCU joke.
when you saw the Black Adam analysis in the comics where it's in Egypt, they have like the little greater than, lesser than brackets around the words, so you know that they're not actually speaking English. It's just translated. But in Marvel, they didn't do that. He's just speaking English.
problem. The world had a bunch of X-Men and Avengers
Oh.
world domination. To accomplish his big dream, Apocalypse needed something more.
But that would all change upon the arrival of
Like a
the
video game by Capcom.
Okay, so first, Apocalypse found some space tech that belonged to Celestials, basically Marvel's gods.
His space
As you do.
Why? That's a really bad way to describe them.
technology until the time traveler Cable showed up to kill him.
he gave him an STD.
Scratching himself with that gonna infect him, yep.
This is exactly what Apocalypse needed to access the Celestial Tech. With the promise that he would repay the Celestials later, he was bestowed a gem.
I wonder what's gonna happen.
Forever. This is a Death Seed, a celestial
Yep.
artifact.
I love
I'm
that
sure
name.
nothing will come of that.
I love that name, the Death Seed. Like the cum of death.
They are transfigured into one of Apocalypse's
Oh, like when Spider-Man impregnated Mary Jane and she got cancer.
Yeah, because I think that was retcon to be related to Mephisto, which means it is, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Well, okay, it's not.
I think it's more funny if he just has radioactive sperm.
So take a god pyramid, add a super
It's ultimate hacks.
multiply the X gene, and what do you get?
Yeah. It's like Superman kissing and making you forget,
With these three under his
Mhm.
command,
but
any
way more
superpower
extreme.
you can think of is now at his disposal.
I love that scene because like that was a scene in the trailer for X-Men Apocalypse that made my dad really want to watch it. And then it's just a fucking dream sequence.
And most impressive is his ability to siphon energy. He once absorbed Cyclops'
Another big bad Marvel villain. Who
It's
can
not a
siphon
laser,
energy.
it's kinetic energy stored in a dimension separate from our plane of reality that he has portals to through his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he mentioned Juggernaut. That's cool. Deadpool, what's up? Is that a Quagmire chin? What the hell?
I mean, considering the likelihood he's going to do a Quagmire arm in the fight, probably.
one of the greatest psychics in Marvel.
Fun fact, Jean Grey is not actually as good as she seems. Just on her own, because she's only had the Phoenix like 3 times ever. So that's fun.
With that Death Seed in tow, it's hard to attribute Apocalypse as anything but a force of nature, especially when said Death Seed has mutated beings capable of fighting the Phoenix Force, a cosmic entity and the primal force of life. In fact, Dr. Doom claims the Death Seed is directly comparable to the Phoenix itself.
So much pain.
Yeah, but like you guys have said, basically every time you mention the Phoenix Force, it's like a planet buster.
Back it up. And even when someone manages to take him down, so long as he's got blood, metal, and that Death Seed, he'll just keep coming back again and again and again.
Ooh, that feels misleading to put in there.
What is more inevitable and more dramatic to the annihilation of humans than the
They directly use the scan where it says as long as a single drop of blood remains, Apocalypse will live, as if there's no like massive context to it.
possibility?
Rawr.
As I
Look at
can't
those
tell who's going to
numbers.
win based on the analysis. They didn't really bring up anything stat-wise that was that impressive, so yeah,
I like it opening up with comic panels, that's fun.
that's cool.
This background's so good looking.
If they use Gwenpool, they need to do that again.
The robot sprite's kind of stilted though.
These robots from?
Ready to sweep them alive.
The lyrics of that song, some of them are so bad that they're amazing. Like I think "I Punch the Best" is a lyric, and I can't get past that.
Powerful, I punch the best.
Man's got less bars than a granola.
Is this Chris
Does Apocalypse's
Guerrero
voice
playing
usually
Apocalypse?
sound like that?
No, I'm not a fan of the voice as
Is
much.
Is he being played by Chris Guerrero? It kind of sounds like him.
Oh, I did
God,
not like
Black
that Black Adam.
I didn't either.
The buzz cut Adam.
Taste my flail and sword.
He looks like someone just shoved their fist up his.
Ugh. I got him. Crush it. Crush it. Crush. No. Okay, don't. Just shove it right back
Apocalypse
in.
beam. Don't have
That's
a
not
robot.
fair.
Oh, don't waste the
This has
Shazam on
like the
this.
same
Don't
energy as
waste the
those cyborg
Shazam.
things attacking Omni-Man.
Yeah.
That's a cool shot.
Though. I do like that
Are
shot.
you kidding
oh,
me?
He's got the ring.
Yo, he got
I-
the ring.
I don't know why they need that. I mean, I guess
It's
it
a
basically
weird
solidifies an
transition.
Adam W, right?
That was a weird transition, right?
A tiger.
Went straight from
Tiger!
exploding to
Tiger
not
shot.
exploding. Oh no, he big.
Now he's really getting huge.
Get out! I am your country now, bitch. Ugh. I really like those Apocalypse sprites, the big ones. I don't know why.
That's a
they
really
look
cool,
good.
like, giant shot. That's really cool.
Yeah,
I like
the way
that.
he's so like dark and shadowy. It's terrifying.
There we
That
go.
wasn't very.
I mean, it wasn't the best Shazam shout, but God, compared to what we got
It was
before,
better than Shazam. Well, oh.
boo.
Ugh.
Why does it look like an old Newgrounds animation? His face. I'm with
Kind of a
him.
gnarly death, though.
Whoa!
Boo.
Why did it crack the screen, though?
I don't know.
He stepped on him real hard.
It's set up as being through, like, a comic panel, unless I'm reading this comic, like, digitally, and he broke my phone.
I don't know why he said Shazam a second time and there was no
Oh, it's their
lightning.
camera, I see.
This result surprised us.
Just
For what it's worth,
Shazam.
Black Adam
Oh
and
shit!
Apocalypse displayed ludicrous
It broke the Death Battle camera.
There-
Both of their power supplies compared to cosmic beings like the Phoenix and Super Gandalf, and both fought heroes like Thor and Wonder Woman.
Right.
Now he's Super
It could not
Gandalf,
be
not
used by strength
Kmart.
or speed alone. Rather, it depended on how their abilities countered each other. In that regard, Apocalypse held many advantages.
For starters, he could one-up
Oh, that
the living
one shot's so
lightning.
cool.
For almost any power Black Adam had, Apocalypse had a better version of it, and then some.
Frankly, half of Black Adam's pantheon granted him abilities that Apocalypse possessed through his mutant genes alone, notwithstanding all his other abilities from celestial tech. that
Apocalypse
technical
face
fires,
made me laugh. I don't know why. Just
Black Adam did have something Apocalypse didn't.
so dumb
The
looking.
wisdom of Sahudi, Big
'Cause
Green
it
Guy,
is-
which
his face is
definitely blew him in on that
disgusting.
Death Seed
It is
sequence.
stupid, but him just blocking a punch over and over just. He's like a bully.
So to win, Black Adam would have
Jeez.
needed to figure out how to destroy the Death Seed, but Apocalypse could defend against that and had way more options for his own victory.
His telepathy got the best of Jean Grey, and there's no reason Apocalypse couldn't mind read Black Adam. The courage of Mehen may have safeguarded him from mental attacks, but it never made him immune to telepathy outright.
But most importantly, Apocalypse could absorb all of Black Adam's energy powers and turn him right back around.
The living lightning may be enchanted, but it is still lightning.
Oh my fucking God, they did not just say that again.
Thus, there's no reason Apocalypse couldn't absorb it for himself.
You can't compare kinetic energy to mystic lightning that can shatter the speed force.
The original
They're just, it's just no.
lightning is how Teth Adam became Black Adam in the first
Oh
place,
boy.
so Apocalypse could do the same.
By slurping up Black Adam's magic, Apocalypse grew in power
Ew.
while Black Adam got weaker. It was only a
Don't
matter of
phrase
time.
it like that, slurping up his magic.
Against
It is about the only win con I could have expected to go with for Apocalypse.
A fucking piece of duct tape over the camera.
It's
I
just,
got hillbilly glue on the camera.
it's just weird because like it's just, I don't know why the cracks like was in the comic and
The winner is Apocalypse.
Now it's in real world.
yeah, and it's still there in
Well,
the back.
I mean,
Apocalypse.
they said that they broke the camera.
His outer
The only
verse will be
one.
affected the real world.
One of those boxes right over there.
You're right. Come on, Moomin Rider vs Kite Man. Let's go.
Linked down below.
No, this is actually exactly what I expected. Yeah, I expect
Xenotrunks
I
versus
genuinely
Archie Silver?
I did expect them to use Xeno Trunks and Archie Silver because they did Thor versus Vegeta like already, right? I fully expected them to not just do the same for Trunks. So bullshit that I didn't expect that. That was not a surprise.
All right. Well,
I just need to be disappointed either way.
I mean, it is the only way the fight's going to be debatable. I know there are people on the team who think Silver wins, and people on the team who think Trunks wins. Though, of course, that's outdated. 'cause
I'm
that
in
was
the camp
time.
where I think Trunks' key sword solos the entirety of Archie Sonic.
I think the sheer hacks on that fucker.
Well, it's the fact that okay, so like, not only can the key sword just turn off powers, which means like if Super went like Super Silver, the key sword can just turn it off. Even if you have resistances or immunities to the powers the key sword has, it has the ability to turn off those too.
That's stupid.
So it can just bypass immunity to something and like
Silver
Just
doesn't really
your-
have much.
like every other, yeah, and like I'm not gonna claim to be like a fucking expert on Archie Sonic scaling, but to my understanding, Silver's not quite as strong as like Sonic is.
Actually, Silver and Base
Uh,
fought Enerjack.
Yeah, he fought Enerjack by throwing his own energy back at him. As much as you want to fucking count that, it was the fucking lamest shit
Well,
ever.
it does count in the fact that if Trunks, like, fired Ki, theoretically, Silver's telekinesis is strong enough to throw it back at him.
Yeah, but Trunks can also redirect his own ki,
Yeah.
so he would just not let it hit him.
What's
but
amusing-
also,
Silver's super form is
Uh,
less viable in Archie than in canon, because the
Two-
only time he's ever had it was like in a book that like mentioned it offhand that Sonic 06 did happen in Archie. That's it.
right.
Apparently, he's never
To
done
my
it.
recollection, I think it's still the most recent arc, the Mechikabura arc, where Trunks is like one of the highest tiers, and God Trunks is able to contend with like Super Saiyan 4 Vegito or some shit like that, in terms of like battling the main guy, and like every other heroes or Xenoverse and etc. Xeno villain is absorbing, affecting, or manipulating or destroying, otherwise meddling with the entirety of the infinite history of the multiverse, meaning like affecting the infinite future, the past, and the present of every timeline, each of which there are infinite. It's stated several times there are infinite timelines, each of which has all of the number of universes that are in our main timeline, each of those universes having several infinite universe-sized realms inside of it and extra dimensions like the hyperbolic time chamber and other stuff. So
Yeah.
like battling like infinite infinities is like everyday shit for Trunks. And that's Trunks scales to most of the higher end characters. And even if Trunks didn't, the Key Sword just blatantly scales to every other character because the Key Sword has just like on its own nullified and completely just fucking negged the powers of pretty much every big league Xeno villain.
Yeah, no, I think that their powers, like, in AP, are going to be fairly comparable, and I think speed too, but when it comes down to hacks, Silver in Archie basically has nothing that his normal variant doesn't. It's basically all just the same power. I think I'm trying
Right.
I'm trying to remember the name. I'm going to Google trying to remember the name. It's like the Time Rocks or something is the only thing he had that was unique. Yeah, okay. Super Silver in Archie only appears in Sonic the Hedgehog: The Complete Sonic Comic Encyclopedia. That's the only time it's ever shown up in Archie.
Hold on.
He assumed
Well,
this form
dang.
to help Super Sonic and Super Shadow battle the evil Solaris. Now, if it says that he assumed this form without any context, it's possible that he can do it on his own, unlike regular, but no, it's meant to replicate the like end of Sonic 06, where if you remember, Silver didn't activate Super Silver on his own. And he never has, ever. Except I think he's done in IDW. Which is not Archie.
Yeah. As far as speed, I'm not super sure where combat and reaction speed falls in Xeno, but I know at some point the Xeno characters get to where they're able to fly either like with some sort of technique or just so fast that it transcends time and space and they can just fly pretty much anywhere instantly. Like they fly somewhere regardless of the laws of time and space.
Yeah. Okay.
Or some shit like that.
So Silver's
Teleporting with
Archie
extra
Silver's unique
steps.
abilities. He is free from the time stream, so basically like Eobard. And he has the time stones. And the time stones allow him to time travel. Wait,
Wow.
that can't be it. That can't be it. Hold on. You seem to time travel.
Time stones allowing you to time travel until they pass. And then you don't have them anymore.
I refuse to believe they only allow him to time travel. Because then they would literally be no better than just a Chaos Emerald. No,
Right.
no, no,
And
no.
I'm saying like
No.
with the key sword, genuinely he could just turn off Super Silver, and I think not only does it have the ability to turn off abilities or just and like otherwise do that. I think it has the ability to eliminate like an opponent's ability to lower Trunks' own like statistics and to amplify their own.
I think Silver's fucked no matter what you do.
Like at least from everything I have found up to this point in researching Xeno, it seems like a pretty clear win in Trunks' favor. Which, if it's normal Trunks versus like, even if they used his normal like Super Trunks versus Video Game Silver, the absolute highest I could see you like arguing, or the very highest I could see Death Battle putting them through Solaris is maybe Universal and like at highest low multi, which by their own metrics, if you assume that Trunks isn't like massively weaker base to base than Goku in the Goku Black arc, which he shouldn't be. He contends just fine with Vegeta and Goku as they're fighting Goku Black and Zamasu. He would already be well into that range, if not farther in base form. That's not even counting the 50 to 100 times multiplier through regular Super Saiyan 1 and 2, or the Super Saiyan Rage form, which takes him up to God Fusion levels of power, fighting
definitely.
corrupted fused Zamasu, but
Definitely. Silver
Fuse them off,
downscales.
nonetheless.
Silver would downscale maybe from 3 times uni, because Elias is affecting 3 points in time at once. If you want to go with that argument, or maybe 2 times uni, because the egg wizard that was fusing 2 universes. But then Trunks would upscale from 13 times based on their own metric of the Dragon Ball macrocosm. And of
Yeah,
course, Trunks is
massively-
way faster.
Yeah, way faster. He like that's
Ironically.
13 times base to base. That's not even counting the 50 times multiplier. Or like Super Saiyan Rage genuinely took him from the point of like fighting kind of okay against like base Goku Black and Zamasu and like Rose and whatnot to fused Zamasu, who like was still getting his shit pushed in when he was corrupted against Blue Vegito, but at the same time it wasn't like he didn't die to Blue Vegito. I mean, his fusion did run out.
That's
but-
kind of because, like, to be fair, he didn't die to Trunks either, for being honest.
Yeah, I mean, Trunks was able to, like, fucking cut him in half and just completely destroy his body, which Vegito didn't do in the allotted time he had.
Vegeto's
That said,
shit.
Vegito was fucking with him the whole time.
Because Vegeta
Either
is
way,
one-
Trunks being able to fuse with even a corrupted god-level fusion is a fucking insane boost in power.
Dragon Ball's stupid.
I'm
So
actually,
are comic books, and I
I-
like those.
I think I'm actually more upset by the Death Battle reveal than I would be, just because I was told that it would be a surprise, and
Your
it's not.
expectations were in a place that they shouldn't have been.
I expected a surprise. This is I don't remember where I said that I think there's a good chance they're going to do Heroes vs Archie because we already got Thor vs Vegeta, and everyone assumed I was joking because I'm me. Chances are I could have been. I was dead serious, and look, it fucking is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for them to touch on Xeno Dragon Ball stuff because it's insane. Like,
They're with the only
Hell.
character in Xeno that deserves an episode. If we're being honest,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
it's insane to me the just level of scaling fucking difference between any canon or like semi-canon shit, like anything like Dragon Ball, like from Z's animated GT to Super's anime or manga. How much lower in scale that is to fucking
Heroes of Xenoverse.
infinite timelines of multiversal scale.
Yeah, I think Trunks and
Oh,
Silver,
it's
they're both going to be put at, like, infinite universes / multiverses. They're both going to be put at immeasurable speed. They both exceed, like, velocity. And then I think it's just going to come down to abilities, where Silver literally has none, from what I can tell, different to regular Silver. Well, Versus Battle Wiki is weird because it decides to give Super Silver all the abilities of Super Sonic and Chaos Knuckles, despite the fact that Super Silver's never done shit. And it's
Yeah,
just
I
assuming.
assume that's just assuming the Chaos Emeralds can grant you the same power, like regardless of
Well, not
who's
just that, it's
absorbing the
assuming
power
that
from.
Silver knows how to use them. Which, like, I would maybe...
Right.
the only character I would maybe understand that logic is if it was Shadow, because he is one with Chaos. maybe, or Knuckles. Except Knuckles already
Would you
does
be
use
at
most
all-
of them. But like,
Would you be at
Silver-
all upset would you be at all upset if Silver just won with magic wishing powers?
I would, because he can't use those. He's never used
I
them.
know, but it'd be so funny.
That would be like if Trunks
Yeah.
won by using Zeno's erasure technique to wipe out everything, not even with ki, just with a wave of his hand.
I wish you gone forever.
It says that at least Super Silver, as I'm reading, and again this is versus Battle Week, so take it with a grain of salt. It lists him with Type 4 acausality, which is to say irregular causality, meaning that they operate on a different and irregular system of cause and effects, so they're not affected by causality manipulation, fate manipulation, precog, and other shit. Essentially meaning like whatever time-related abilities you have, you can't affect them with. Which, it wouldn't surprise me if the key sword can just fucking negate resistance to time shit. Let's see.
I'm
Boy,
pretty
time
sure.
power.
I'm pretty sure the acausality is just another thing other, because like what can you say that Silver's super form can do when he's never used it in anything?
Nothing.
It's appeared in an encyclopedia pre-Genesis Wave, and post-Genesis Wave, Silver in general does nothing. Like, it's weird. Like, they're gonna give it to him. I feel like they're gonna say, oh, he's comparable to the Super Sonic, which that much is fair enough. Because, like, the encyclopedia does say that Super Silver helped Super Sonic and Super Shadow fight off Solaris, in which case, you can assume that he scales. But, like, the abilities-wise, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Magic wishing powers. Personally, I don't care who wins.
I'm kind of pulling for
I'm
Trunks here.
not. I don't have a pony in this race.
I mean, you know, I'm rooting and betting Trunks. I'm a fucking diehard Dragon Ball fan, and I like Sonic well enough, but
The only reason I'd be for Silver is because my brother really likes Silver, but that's about it.
I think
that's fair enough.
that Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Xenoverse 2, which has Xeno Trunks as like a big part of it, is like the second most played game for me. So even though
Xenoverse
Trunks
is good.
is not much of a presence really in the grand scheme of things in Xenoverse 2, he's still there. He's still a character.
I mean, he's one of the
Yeah.
main supporting characters, but
Like, he doesn't
Is
do
it
a whole lot.
Xenoverse.
The best.
Was it
the-
Xenoverse 1 or 2 where he had a line read and it sounded like he had just drunk from a water bottle?
that could just be
It was
both.
like the. That was so fun.
yeah,
It was
definitely
like-
could be both. I think it was
Nice.
one though where
I-
he goes, it's like, hey,
I remember he just like it sounds like he had just drunk from a water bottle. He's just like, guys, and that was it.
The best
Like,
part
that
of
Yeah,
just sounded
guys.
so real.
the best part of Xeno Trunks is when Ginyu swap bodies with him.
I remember
Like,
that.
fucking Xeno Trunks is powerful enough to wipe out all of Canon Dragon Ball with a backhand, but Ginyu can still just swap bodies with him.
Kinyu's like, hey, that's a nice body.
Oh, thanks. Oh, shit.
Oh, damn it. Now I'm Hornhead. It's like, oh, thanks. It's really. Why are you stabbing yourself? Oh, my God. Yeah. I love Ginyu. Ginyu's great. I wish she got to do more stuff. Oh, well.
Great. I had like a joke prepared for this prediction, right? I was going to just play all the times they brought up Shockwave scaling, and then bring up the last time they mentioned Silver scaling, or they mentioned Sonic scaling, which was with like fucking Mario vs Sonic 2, it was like town level Sonic. That was going to be the whole prediction. Can't do that now.
Yeah, now you can't do it. Huh?
I could
Well.
still do it, but like instead of ending it there, I go, oh wait, Heroes vs Archie, and then just
shit, we're getting new stuff.
and then just like leave it at that. Or maybe I'll just show the versus battle wiki pages and just like see the comments crumble between people who support versus battle wiki and people who don't. That could be funny.
Yes. Your anger fuels me.
Yes. Give into
Thank
your
you,
hate,
Beast Wars
competitors.
Megatron.
Yes. The weak
Yes. I
willed
think it's like
fools.
David K.
Yep.
Nice. I remember the old adult, the Robot Chicken skit with him, and it
The
made
fucking
me laugh
panda?
from- Yeah.
The fucking Polar Claw
With,
repaint.
yeah.
I'd want that.
He's
Like,
so helpless and so cute.
wait a minute. Does Vispel Wiki have Xeno Trunks and Archie Silver at the exact same place? Hold
I
on,
thought you were gonna ask if they have Robot Chicken Beast Wars.
No.
Multi-plus,
That'd
immeasurable,
be awesome.
No, they have
low
Silver higher.
complex.
They have
Yeah,
Silver
they
higher.
have silver higher.
Well,
Fuck, if I use that, people are gonna assume that I genuinely think Silver's gonna win.
and then
I could edit it. I could like inspect element, edit what it says for my own amusement, and then have it like our universal Xeno Trunks because I said so.
You can't do dick.
I think I genuinely have more to
Well,
say
let's-
about. I have more to say about Trunks versus Silver than about the actual episode we just watched.
Well, if you want to say something, Apocalypse looked really funny. Adam, I don't know how I feel about him saying "oh shit" at the end. I think that's kind of weird for Black Adam of all people.
We're gonna go back to the fight, right?
I don't know,
So
one who thought this was kind of. I don't want to say entirely Apocalypse featuring Black Adam. I don't know. It feels like
it definitely felt a lot
like-
more Apocalypse focused.
they liked. Someone was like, "Yeah, Apocalypse finally getting his time in the sun." This
To be
is what
fair,
it kinda
Adam's
felt
going
like
to get most likely a banger movie. Like even if
Well,
it's not a
yeah.
good movie, it's gonna be fun as shit.
It's
Apocalypse
gonna
got
be better than the one Apocalypse. had.
Apocalypse has probably my least favorite X-Men movie they've ever done. Like X3 is super fun. I have a real soft spot for X-Men Origins. Not counting Deadpool, that was bullshit. But I just find that movie fun to watch for how stupid it is. And even Dark Phoenix, it has like it feels like Magneto was more of a character there, and like Magneto's the only good part of Apocalypse. So even Dark Phoenix I preferred. Like
Magneto's just good in all the movies.
Fassbender's Magneto
Okay.
is genuinely amazing.
Okay, something really weird here is whenever he blows up, like the ring and everything, the transition from him exploding to them fighting is kind of weird.
I don't.
It's like something got cut. Right here.
Yeah,
Oh no,
that
it just
definitely
looks
feels
weird
wrong.
to me.
I know there was stuff cut, obviously. I like the moon
yeah.
shattering in the background. That's cool.
It's casual, boom.
I don't know how I feel about like the yellow ring being
What?
used in general, but also the fact that it's barely used as well seems weird. Like where'd it go?
Just used for a tiger.
Where'd it go? It's gone.
Why is he not using it anymore?
Giant Apocalypse is cool.
Why don't you make a giant tiger?
Yeah,
But-
this is really cool. I love
is-
I love the shot of the fist rising
To
up from the
me,
big crater and shit
this
falling
was
into
the
it.
point-
That's my favorite part.
This was the point where it felt like Apocalypse was definitely going to win. Like when the Shazam shout
He
was
survived the lightning.
that. Well, just like, cause like the Shazam impact was very small with the lightning to me. That was the point where I was thinking Apocalypse is definitely gonna win. Like, why didn't he finish the
Shout.
shout? Cause like
That's what I was thinking. Why didn't you finish?
the death
Wait.
is the death's really good. Like
Just give up that easy? Alright.
ignoring that I'm annoyed that Black Adam lost. Like the death is really well done. I mean the corpse face is kind of hilarious to me.
He kind of looks like a Muppet.
Yeah.
It looks like a Newgrounds
It does. It
animation.
looks like a fucking really bad.
Looks like Bert.
Yeah, like I'm
Does kinda
taking
look
I'm
like a
taking your
Muppet
favorite
Bath,
cartoon
though.
character and making them bloody because I'm edgy. That kind of animation is how it felt.
Oh, then his eyes
All he
pop.
does is like make his eyes go away.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's logical. He would. It makes sense. He would look weird. He did just get his face stomped in, but
But like it's
Just find it.
instead of looking like gnarly and like oh he's fucked up, I feel like what? Oh yeah, he makes his teeth grow.
He grows more teeth and gets
Like
less mouth.
I guess it's his lip that
think
like
it's-
vaporized. but-
Yeah. Like his lip going back and showing more teeth. His tongue also gets fried. Look at it get smaller.
Like I
don't know why
appreciate it,
makes me laugh.
but it's
His ear.
it's funny to me. The
His
the
ear also just
the
gets
stomping
tiny.
the stomping is really good, but then the Muppet death is kind of just funny.
Hey, look at this thing I
Hey,
found.
look! I found this thing. I'm gonna show you my
Watch me hit it with
Okay,
streak lightning.
can I just say right? This is an epic gamer move.
He's funny. Get out of here.
And then like Apocalypse is completely uninjured because of course he is, because he has the regeneration.
Like, ha! I have victory.
The fight felt kind of short, actually. Looking
That
back,
was kind of short. Track's kind of a banger, though.
like,
Noticed it was like in his head. It was the freaking wisdom was like destroy it, and I'm like destroy it, destroy
oh wait,
it.
wait,
Why
hold
don't
on.
you
Did he
destroy it?
actually say Shazam there?
Yeah, he did. Probably better than he does.
That was
at the
actually
end,
probably
not
better than the
gonna
other
lie.
one. Yeah, like
Yeah.
there was some venom in that.
There was some roar. The other one, he kind of. I
I think the that's neat.
He's right
I
behind
guess
you.
that's meant to be like the mind reading.
I thought it was like it's either that or the wisdom talking to him because
The
it even
spider
says, like
sense.
destroy it.
Apocalypse pulling the Adam's fist out of his body would probably be Roar if it actually looked like he was doing that. Because like if you look at it, it
It's
looks like
really-
it's already mostly out of his body. But I
Yeah, he didn't
appreciate what
really
that was
pull
going
it,
for.
He just moved it.
There was no Range
That
Rover in
is
this
so
fight,
funny
and that's
looking.
an L.
Putting the seed back in his chest is really funny looking. It's a good shot though. I like that. Oh, I get it.
The first yellow Latin we're getting in Death Battle isn't Sinestro.
Freaking.
Even Scarecrow would have felt more. The yellow, I like the way he deals with the tiger. He like rips its jaw open and then tears it in
Just-
half.
Just breaks its. He broke the construct. Dang.
And then that just made the ring go away. The
Yeah, for
giant
whatever
Adam
reason.
looks amazing. The Apocalypse looks amazing. This whole bit is
looks-
fucking great. I love this. Like that's still just
Everything
amazing.
From giant apocalypse to stomping is pretty great.
I do like the shout. I think it could have been better.
I think it has too much of a guttural feel, you know, like too much of it's coming from the throat and not enough from the
like this.
diaphragm.
Yeah. I think my problem is the impact of the lightning.
Yeah.
The fucking reaction is just
no.
ooh. It's
oh
like
God!
it's like someone just like flicked his left nut. He's like ooh.
It's gonna hurt in 10 seconds. Thanks.
Oh, give it a bit. Oh, it's sinking in, and then like the death seed is fine. And
May have
yeah,
flicked me in the balls,
the
but my death
Shazam. Oh
seed
shit,
is
is
fine.
so weird. There wasn't even a proper Rock reference in this whole fight. That like I wanted him to pick up a Range Rover and smack it over Apocalypse's back like a chair.
You smell.
That would have been the ultimate scene. Can you smell what the Kandak cooks are cooking? It's really quite nice.
I like it.
This is taking time out of the fight to do that.
It's the old ending. They both just get some home-style traditional Kondak cookery.
That face is like a reverse.
Heretic!
It's like a reverse.
The blood. Hey, the
The
blood.
blood doesn't look
It
right.
looks like the one on his right arm
Yeah.
and his left shoulder is the same blood, just turned.
The one on the left shoulder has
It
like a
also-
very noticeable shadow on it.
Does it also look like a scarab to you? It kind of looks like a red painted bug.
Maybe.
You know what I'm talking
I think the one
about.
on his left elbow and his right hip are the same as well. If you look at the 3 pixels, right?
Yeah.
Actually, no, they're all similar, like the same at the top.
Is he laying on like a picture of actual concrete?
Yeah.
It does kind of look like a blurry picture of concrete. That's
Uh,
the background for one of my comics. Jesus Christ.
The fucking heritage thing just made you imagine fucking Black Adam as a space marine. That'd be great.
Black Adam.
Fucking,
is trying-
Black Templar, Black Adam.
In the background of this, I've been looking more into Trunks and Silver, and it really is fucking lame that the highest scale and most like notable fight that Silver has in all of Archie comics is if like fucking most of the issue him getting his shit pushed in by Enerjack, and then just
Yeah.
him throwing like 4 energy blasts back at him and winning.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's the fucking lamest. Every time Enerjack loses, it's by the lamest shit. I think 2 of the losses are from someone with a sword just going up and just deleting his powers.
I mean, we can at
Like,
least appreciate that Silver winning was not through some sort of stupid shit like that. Like, you know, he survived and he threw back his attack. It's the only reasonable way Silver could win, considering he doesn't
Like,
have Super Silver.
One of the times Enerjack lost, I think it was Sally with the Sword of the Acorn, which was able to just absorb all of Enerjack's power. And then this another time the Sword of the Acorn was used was by Laura Sue, fucking Ken Penders' Echidna OC, who he tried to make like the main character of Archie Sonic. She just goes up to Enerjack and says, "Check this out," and fucking it deletes his powers with a fucking plot sword.
The plot sword.
I hate Ken Penders. Yeah, as most
Don't we
normal
all?
people do. As most normal people do, I hate Ken Penders. He's kind of stupid and crazy and Jesus. It's nuts.
Katie freaking lame.
Could you fucking imagine if, like, 4 years down the line they did regular Trunks versus Silver?
Woo!
That'd be so funny.
Exact same result.
Just
just
a fucking
slight-
like downgraded version of the matchup.
remake, rematch.
It's weird because like I have to wonder how because with Archie Silver you can just cover like one day this guy comes from the future, says, "Hey, bad dude in the future," tries to beat up Sonic, and then go through the Archie like events of the story and whatnot. With Trunks, literally it's just his regular backstory through all of the Cell Saga of he shows up, warns everybody, comes back, trains with them, fights the androids, fights Cell, goes back to his own timeline.
He
And then
died.
some pink, like, god creature shows up, says, "Hey, you time traveled. That's bad. Now you're part of the time police." And now he has, like, all these fucking insane, like, fucking adventures throughout all of history of the Dragon Ball franchise.
Oh shit.
Because, like, I don't imagine they'll just leave out the rest of Trunks' backstory from, like, the Cell Saga and stuff. But what a weird shift it'll be. It's like, and this is where the story might change from how you remember it.
See, instead of just
You
twiddling
think
his
that's where
thumbs
the
and
story would end?
instead of just twiddling his thumbs and dicking around for a while until Goku Black showed up and ruined everything ever, instead, this fucker showed up and decided to recruit him into the Time Police. And now he's running around with a bunch of OCs made by stupid Dragon Ball fans going back to previous events in Dragon Ball. And also, there's this other show no one cares about that's designed to sell cards.
Cumber, how
Yeah.
you doing?
If Cumber got on Death Battle, I don't know how I'd react.
Yes, I want them to mention Cumber at least with his dumb Bane mask and Raditz-looking hair.
The only thing
Broly
I
for-
When are
remember-
they gonna mention Majin Zoto?
The only thing I remember about Cumber is that he made Jiren look cool, just like when Jiren first showed up to fight him. That's the only thing I
Jiren is
remember
always-
about Cumber.
Jiren has always been cool. You just need the eyes to see it.
Because, like, I
There
feel like
is.
even people who didn't like Jiren, when Jiren showed up to fight Cumber, people were like, "Oh shit!" Because Jiren had, like, that reputation of the unstoppable bastard who no one can take down on their own. And Cumber was basically doing that thing, and now Jiren showed up to shut him up.
That's how like you promote a wrestling match. It's like
Yeah,
take
it
these
really
two
is.
unbeatable guys, make them fight, and promise that one of them's gonna lose.
It's like
People
if
will
they
buy
did
that.
The Rock versus Triple H, but neither of them had any personality. Like, there was no character in their build-up, and then they just showed up to fight.
Jiren
I don't even
kinda
remember
looks
how the
like a
fight
rock.
between... I don't remember how the fight between Jiren and Cumber went.
I thought you were going to say The Rock and Triple H, and I was like, usually not in The Rock's favor.
I think
It's almost
you...
like
I
he
had
didn't
to
bang the
imagine
boss
Cumber
about it.
fucking kicked his ass. Fucking,
Well, consider this would technically be Xeno Jiren.
Cumber.
Yeah.
Such a
well, no. Yes, but no. Because Super Dragon Ball Heroes, the way it tries to portray its story is as if it's Xeno meeting the events of Super, which, like, Xeno already had its whole story planned out for its whole timeline of, I think original Dragon Ball Heroes is set like hundreds of years into the future from like the end of Z and GT. Because at some point Goku and Vegeta had gone off to fight one last time and became like fucking constellations or some fucking weird shit. And the events of Dragon Ball Super never happened within the primary like Xeno events of things. So this is trying to tie Super into that. So the versions of the characters we see in Super Dragon Ball Heroes of like Trunks and Vegeta and Goku and everyone that aren't the Xeno versions are kind of supposed to be the Super anime versions,
Okay,
like from Dragon Ball Super.
Reading this definitely cannot be the case, because what the synopsis of the arc is telling me here is that Kumba is really lucky that he never got to fight Jiren properly. Basically, Kumba fights Top, he wins, Jiren shows up, they have a brief skirmish, and then Kumba says that Jiren's really strong and goes Super Saiyan 3, and then Jiren outmatches him anyway, and then then Heart shows up and tells someone else to fight Jiren. Later, and then
I love
Oh
this
yeah,
OP.
Heart, I forgot about him.
so basically,
I love this
Kumba goes full power and Jiren still slaps his ass. In the
I love
manga,
this OP
in the manga,
bug-eyed bastard.
Kumba fights Top and Dispo, kicks their ass until Top goes into Destroyer form, and then Destroyer Top and Super Saiyan 3 Kumba are evenly matched. Then some guy called Kamio Ren shows up and one-shots both of them. And then Jiren kicks the shit out. And then Jiren kicks the shit out of Kamio Ren anyway.
Fucking like to fucking emphasize how all-encompassing the Xeno timeline is for the Dragon Ball franchise as a whole. The fucking Heroes manga brings back a villain called Majin Ozoto from an old like arcade game called Dragon Ball VRVS, which is controlled by a little motion sensor ring that's around like where you stand, and depending on where you put your hands, it senses like different attack positions. It's like a fucking very retro motion controlled Punch Out with Dragon Ball, and they take this game original character and have him fight a dude named Hachiyak
From
from
Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans.
yeah, Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans.
If I remember correctly, Majin Ozoto actually looks kind of vaguely similar. Like, I don't know, the aesthetic, from what I remember, is vaguely similar to Hachiyak. Not the old Hachiyak, like full power.
I want to say that Majin Ozoto definitely leans more towards the Dragon Quest like type of designs from Toriyama.
He's got like a thing around his neck, right? Like a cloth-looking thing that is very Dragon Quest. I don't think it's actually cloth, but like I remember thinking it was until I realized it was like armor or an exoskeleton.
Yeah, he's got like purple on him. It's got like a popped collar-esque look, and he can grow extra arms, and he has 3 eyes. He's very weird, but he fights Hachiyak, who is from the Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans OVA, which was following a Famicom game, which is the Japanese version of the NES for people who don't know, of the same name. Yeah, it was an OVA for a Famicom game, a really shitty old OVA, and it's the first introduction of the Tuffles, which would come back for GT, and then a remaster of it came out with, I think, Raging Blast 2?
I don't recall.
Which is the version that Team 4-Star covered over.
Oh, yeah. Raging Blast 2. You could watch the Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans movie. Yeah,
I'm trying to
Hachiyak was
remember
also-
who should be stronger.
If I remember, he was also
between,
playable.
like, just using
You unlocked Hachiyak in the game if you watched the movie. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was a remake of the original
basically
OVA.
you suffer the OVA and you get a benefit out of it.
But
But,
you get
in-
Hachiyak, the most interesting character.
In the manga, they have these 2 fucking super fucking obscure video game original Dragon Ball characters fight. And Hachiyak is in like a new form that he had obtained at some point. And then at some point Hachiyak gets possessed by Baby and becomes Super Baby Hachiyak, and Baby is another Tuffle for people who don't know.
That
for
actually
Dragon Ball
makes
GT.
sense. I like that. That's like a fun way to.
It's
to, like,
really ugly and stupid looking, as most Heroes things are, but it makes sense. It's like at some
just
point,
super cool.
some of the villains throughout Dragon Ball history get these things like dark Dragon Balls, but not the GT kind. They're like red, get embedded into their chests and like corrupt them and turn them like crazy and evil and shit. Well, more crazy and evil than they were. And that's how Dark Broly happened, which if you could do me a favor and just in post in this video, put up a picture of Dark Broly.
I'll just look it up. Oh, actually, no.
Super
Let me.
Baby Hachiyak.
Yeah, it's fucking
55.
Super Baby Hachiyak. But at some point, Kid Buu gets possessed by Dragon Ball and has like a cape and a sword and shit and fights like a dark Dragon Ball corrupted like Super Janemba who's like got black instead of purple now, and he like absorbs him and fuses and it becomes like Baby Buu Nemba or something like Janembu or some
Baby.
shit. Yeah, because I think Baby also takes over Janemba. All kinds of fucking crazy shit. Super Saiyan 3, Rose, Goku Black. It introduces the worst name for a Dragon Ball form ever. Super Full Power Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker.
I mean, I still prefer that to avocado, which is technically a
That is,
form. It's a fusion.
I don't know. What about granola?
Granola's bad, but that's not a transformation. That's just his name.
I know. I'm just mentioning stupid Dragon Ball
The
names.
worst Dragon Ball name has to be, like, I'm gonna censor that in post, like, because even saying it, I feel dirty, because it's a fucking slur in Australia.
So, okay, so technically, the character's not called Abocado. It's, the
Abo
two
and
characters,
Kado.
the blue one is Abo and the red one is Kado, and together they make Aka.
That's worse. That's not even funny.
Because Aka
I
is
like
just the
how-
first syllable of both of their names put together. It's just Aka, it's not Abocado. That's just what Gotenks calls them.
It's like how Jace from the Ginyu Force apparently. No, wait. He is Juice, I think. Am I thinking of Salza? One of them has a very
No,
obvious name,
Jace
but
is,
it's not what you
cheese.
This
think.
is cheese.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay, am I thinking of Salza then? Because Salza, it's like his name isn't based on salsa or something. And I'm like, what?
Souls is the
That's-
cooler one, right? Like the
Yeah.
one with the arm sword.
Cooler Armored Squadron.
What else would Salsa be named after?
Don't
Hold
know.
on.
Let me look this up. I like Dory
Salza.
better anyway.
Who the fuck is a Dore fan? Those don't exist.
Who the
If
fuck?
you had to
Who
pick
the fuck
between
is,
them
is
three,
ranking the fucking
The
discount?
Cooler
Ginyu-
Armored Squadron,
discount Ginyu
Naze,
Force.
Dore, and Salza, the three best characters in Dragon Ball history. I'm ranking them.
Salza-
Fucking
Salza's
who has
Japanese
too
name.
much time.
Okay, Souls' Japanese
someone
name
who
Thousa.
is a Dragon Ball fan.
Someone-
Souls' Japanese name is a pun on Thousand Island. His English name is a
What the
pun
fuck?
on. His English name Salsa is a pun on salsa, but his Japanese name Salsa and Thousa are a pun on Thousand Island, like the dressing.
That's what it was.
Why?
I have to admit though, Naze,
I
Naze is
gotta
pretty
check
cool.
the other
He's
two
a
fuckers
turtle.
now. Are these
What,
fuckers
Naze
also
and
named
Dore?
after?
I think Naze is supposed to be like a mayonnaise.
But
Sure
then,
it's
like,
not nasal.
Are those the same as
Sounds really weird.
the Japanese names?
Oh. Like a Carmen Electra.
Okay, well, the first one that's coming up is knees.
He's
Yeah, okay.
Dore.
His is still
Oh, that's exactly how you-
his is still mayonnaise even in Japan.
Imagine being the motherfucker named Dore.
What's your name? My name's Joel.
I if I met him, I would pronounce it door, no matter
What's
how
up,
much
Dor?
anyone would try to tell me otherwise.
I think like Jace, Dore is space Australian.
Fucking hell.
Boy.
I once popped a man's head like a cork.
Sounds
His-
awesome. Although your
His
accent
name
makes
is
it sound
based
like
on
you said
Saradora
cock.
dressing. So there's like two dressings and
On
just
a what?
mayo.
It would be.
Nay
would be the
should have
big guys
been called
kinda-
Caesar, just to fill out the salad
Uh,
dressings.
We've got salads, we've got dairy, we've got vegetables, we've got old.
Just the cold.
So Frieza's whole thing is just think of a synonym for chili. Chilled? Okay, chilled. Cooler? That sounds dumb.
Cooler
Well,
doesn't work. Freezer doesn't work.
This guy's name is King Cold. What?
I'm like, what was the like? That's so on the nose. Makes you wonder what was before that.
I still
Like-
like chilled.
Like Emperor not hot.
Chilled was before that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty sure he's from like the Bardock special.
yeah. Each episode of Bardock.
Oy, oy,
We've
oy, oy.
it's been like an hour now. We're still mostly talking about Dragon Ball, and not. I guess it really goes to show
Dragon
that
Ball cool.
when you go past the bit, Black Adam versus Apocalypse really is just another
Shit.
fucking Marvel DC fight.
I want to, before we leave the topic of Dragon Ball, there is a dub of Dragon Ball called the Creative Products Corporation dub, in which Dora is named Barky.
Barky.
Barky. It's also, I learned of, it's mostly lost media, but one of the first dubs, I think it's the first English dub of Dragon Ball, I might be completely wrong, the Harmony Gold dub. Changed a bunch of characters' names, like Zero is called Bongo and is voiced by the actress that played Rita Repulsa. But among other
That's
things, my favorite thing
brilliant.
it changed is they changed Krillin's name to Bongo, and that's just the fucking best thing
Bongo.
ever.
We've got
No
fucking
way.
Whiskers the Wonder Cat. None of this surprises me anymore.
Yeah, that's what Whiskers the Wonder Cat is from.
Yeah.
Forgot about Frost. Also,
Who could
I looked
remember?
at I looked at
Raymond.
Dragon Ball Wiki to get like names from Frieza's race because they're all bad, and one of them is called like one of the tabs is racial abilities, and I'm like, Frieza'd love that.
I
That's-
really thought you were gonna say one of the tabs is racial slurs. The amount of racial.
Monkeys.
He's gonna have monkey and then all the synonyms of monkey.
Kuriza, which is Frieza's kid. Bros, Rizak, Beckon,
Wait.
Kalau, Shabet, which I'm assuming is Sherbert. Umeric. What the fuck? That's about all of them. Except that freak. What the hell is that?
Kuriza looks so bad.
It's like a pinhead, but he has an alfalfa hair if alfalfa didn't have
There's
hair.
a mini me of Frieza and it just looks wrong.
A mini me.
When are you gonna
they
get a
also
death
have
battle with
fusions.
Celza? Let's give us a Celza death battle.
Celza, Genyuza, and Fooler.
I do like Celza's design.
Is Frieza and Cooler's fusion called Fooler?
That
I
fits.
feel like you could have done better though.
To explain Kuriza, the name Kuriza derives from a portmanteau of Frieza and Kuribo, which is to say chestnut, which is why his head is shaped that way.
Yeah, it's bad though.
It's chestnut.
The Malaysian dub of Cooler's Revenge, Frieza's race is named Glarus, like a pun on glacier.
I know there's the fan dubbed, like the fan dubbed term Arcosian for them, which I think sounds cool, but
Like Frosty,
Kuriza's first appearance was Nekomajin Z. I'm trying to find what fucking video game he was playable in. He is in World Vision? That's not what I'm looking for, I don't think.
Why in the Other World saga there's like a weird green recolor of Frieza? What the
Is
heck?
it-
Dude, the Otherworld Saga has so many weird recolors. I think there's like fucking 14 Olibu recolors, and he was introduced in that arc.
This guy's so weird looking.
I only know of Kuriza in fucking Neko Majin, whatever. I don't remember him being elsewhere.
Or he was unlockable in something.
I looked it up. All I see is world Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission.
Budokai 2, that's what it is.
Ew. Fuck is he doing
Ew. Budokai 2 is a game.
Yeah, it's the worst of the three.
there?
It's
No
a
one's
game.
no one's favorite Budokai.
No one's favorite. I like the board games, pretty fun. Except it isn't. My favorite part is Majin Buu is the biggest piece of shit in every one of those games.
Can't believe Kuriza isn't in Dragon Ball Xenoverse. There's probably a mod for him though.
There
I
are
have to
mods
imagine,
everywhere.
yeah.
There's a mod for just
Exclusive
Frieza's pod.
costumes.
Like not even Frieza in his
Yeah.
pod, just Frieza's pod, kicking the shit out of you.
Guru.
In
Have you
the
seen
Japanese
Monster?
version exclusively of Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2, there is a costume for Frieza that makes him Kuriza.
Like I just want to say, if there is a Guru mod for Xenoverse 2 that allows him to fly around while still sitting on the chair, that would be the best mod ever. Like he doesn't
Pretty
even,
sure there is. I
he
feel
doesn't
like
even
I've
leave
seen
the
that.
chair.
Seen it. It's true. Let me look it up. I'll
That's-
show you.
That sounds fucking incredible.
Because his model is in the game.
And he
Yeah,
just
it
sits
is.
on his fat ass and flies around.
Oolong is in the game now too, and so is Semi-Perfect Cell. You can't play as either of them, but
Wait, Oolong? Oh right, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they just I think to promote fucking Seekers or whatever the fuck the Dead by Daylight clone is.
Pictures.
They brought Oolong in to do some new parallel quests to do with like Cell and Frieza and shit, I think, and they added a semi-perfect Cell that you can fight in the game. You can't play as him, but you can fight him.
Fuck that. Okay, let me. Holy. God, this may be worse. I can't find the video of him just. Oh God, this is. He's moving and he takes up like 80% of the screen.
As he should.
I've got like
my
a video of like Guru versus Dende, and like he's not even
Yeah,
sitting on the
that's
chair.
what I'm looking
He's
at.
sitting on the
He's just-
air.
He's just huge.
He's carried by his massive flatulence. Fuck, where's the epic
Wow.
Guru versus Hirudegarn fight we need?
Oh God, I love that I look up Xenoverse Guru mod in the third video. Already has clickbait boobs. My favorite.
Okay, so I have to ask, if we were to get Hirudegarn in Death Battle, who do you think he'd fight?
I hate
Fucking-
Hirudegarn, okay? I don't care.
I don't know. Hold on. All right, let's see what Google has to say. What is Hirudegarn's fucking most
Some
popular
Godzilla.
death?
It's gonna be Godzilla.
Some-
I have to imagine it'll be
He's big and a
Godzilla.
monster.
Death Battle. If there's any Hirudegarn matchups.
Oh no, frickin' Ganondorf.
So,
'cause
I
Tapion's
think
The
it's
just-
first
Exodia!
one I find. The first one I found is
Exodia!
Exodia.
That that would be such a cool DBX and nothing else. Like that
I'm
would be
seeing
a
a
cool
lot of it.
DBX.
I've seen a lot of Annihilus versus Hirudegarn.
That's terrible.
Batra.
Batra? No.
What the fuck is Annihilus's deal? I know he's a big yucky bug. That's all
He's
I know
like
about him.
a greed-powered
Some
bugman
legend.
with a little cosmic dildo.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh good, Red versus Hirudegarn. My favorite.
Okay, I'll see if I can like explain it better. But like I remember, he's a bugman. He's like from a random planet nobody gives a shit about. He's like ruler of the negative zone, and he's got this little cosmic rod that like powers him, and also he's super greedy.
And he's a Fantastic Four villain, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. That's all you get.
Super greedy Annihilus versus Larfleeze?
That is the matchup. Yeah.
Oh,
And Ayaz versus Larfleeze is awesome. I
Exodia and Death Battle would be amazing, but seeing him being put up against.
Why is one of the first
Hirudegarn
images
and
of
Godzilla-
Annihilus him fucking sitting on a toilet?
Actually,
What?
I'm thinking about it. I kind of understand Exodia versus Hirudegarn, because Hirudegarn was also sealed, right?
Yes, he was sealed. To recap the basic plot summary of Wrath of the Dragon without getting too deep into it, this old dude wants to open up a music box because it holds a giant fucking bug kaiju called Hirudegarn that his people worshipped, and that a hero named Tapion used to seal both himself and the monster away. Because he couldn't keep playing his magic flute to keep it out of his town, and then they let it loose. Tapion can't stop it, so Goku beats it up.
If I won't, who will?
I do understand Hirudegarn and Exodia. They were both really powerful, very scary, supernatural monsters, giant, and they got sealed up, and then they got unsealed, and someone sent them to go beat someone up. That's the story. Like, I get that. I get it. It makes sense. I get
So
it.
what's the
Slifer
deal with
versus
Batra?
Shenron.
Batra is like
Bug kaiju?
the Earth's
Full
response
piece of
to
shit.
ancient humans polluting the world was to send out Batra to purge them, But after he did that, he went too far and started purging all humans and all life. So Mothra kicked the living shit out of him and sealed him up forever, until he was awakened and went on a rampage to kill Mothra, until Mothra saved his life, and he decided to aid her because he realized they weren't really enemies. She was just stopping him from going too far one time, and Batra sacrifices himself to kill, or to attempt to kill Godzilla.
So Batra versus Hirudegarn is like unsealed rampaging bug monsters.
Yeah, though, kind of weird.
Don't hate it.
Batra's actually very similar to Beerus, in that they're an animal god of destruction who spends most of the time sleeping. But like the thing is, Batra was sealed, but then Batra was like unsealed long before he awoke. He just kept sleeping. So
5 more minutes.
they're just sleeping god of destruction animals who aren't really
Someone
that
hit
evil.
the snooze.
In fucking Dragon Ball Heroes' Conquest, speaking of Hirudegarn and movie villains, to bring back every movie villain, it seems like Dragon Ball Heroes gave Dr. Wheelo like a condensed human body.
That's wonderful.
Like, hold on, let me see if that's what this is.
they
Xeno
fit all that
Dr.
brain?
Wheelo.
By the way, one of the dumbest pictures I found for Hirudegarn is Supergirl from DC Comics versus
Yep, that's
Hirudegarn
him.
from Dragon Ball Z. Takes place in New York City, 20 meters apart. Who would win?
Supergirl looks at him a bit too hard. The end.
And for whatever reason, the
What the
first
fuck?
picture of this lineup is an Anthro My Little Pony character.
Not only did they
I-
give Dr. Wheelo like a human android body, like they gave him a human body, and they also gave him like an android body that looks like his Big Mac body in the movie. Xeno Dr. Wheelo looks pretty fucking wild.
Oh god, it's so
Well,
weird
yeah.
that I look this up and I see all these like different like Dragon Ball Fighters Fighter Pass predictions with like all these characters that really had no chance. Like who the fuck really expected
Because they're
Bojack?
not Goku.
So-
Because they're not
Okay,
Goku.
this one's great. Goku Sperm, Baby Goku, Business Goku, Worker Goku, Super Saiyan God Goku, Ultra Instinct Goku. One of those did
I
happen.
remember there being a big fucking there's a big meme Twitter movement of why isn't Bergamo in Fighters? Bergamo's the best character.
Like here's one with
No.
Raditz, which Raditz would have been cool, but then Majin Vegeta. Why?
Where's
Feels-
Omega Shenron? Why is he not in Fighters?
'Cause
Honestly, yeah.
we got Baby instead, and that one is the better choice.
I mean, that is
Maybe
the
is
better
the better choice, but I don't think Fighters should be limited to literally just 2 GT characters.
3.
I'm just shocked. He just seems like he's always the GT villain you bring in, just bar none. Baby's usually the extra one. So weird.
I mean, if anything, like at least with Dragon Ball video games back in the day, like Xbox and PlayStation, like 360 and 2/3 eras, whenever they wanted to advertise, ooh, this is set in like new Dragon Ball, it goes all the way to Omega Shenron, and they'd have Omega Shenron fighting like Goku or Gogeta or whatever.
Fighter
Remember-
Pass.
which Budokai game was it? There was a Budokai game where they had him, but he was all like blurred, so you couldn't see his face. It was like,
Was
oh,
that a
he's just-
Budokai game, or was that
I thought it was.
No, that probably wasn't. I think that was probably Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Hold on.
Okay, probably.
This
I
Fighter
just
Pass.
remember he was all
This Fighter
blurred.
Pass 4 lineup is amusing because like I can see some of it, but the rest doesn't work. Like it's got Raditz, and again, Raditz would have been cool. It's got Toppo, which I could have lived with Toppo. It's got Omega Shenron. If they did another Fighter Pass, he'd almost definitely be in it. But then it's got Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Evolved Vegeta. Why would you need that as like its own character? Why?
I don't know. The same reason we have like 3 other Vegetas and Gokus.
And why is Future Gohan in here? What the fuck would you do with Future Gohan?
He's got one arm. It's different.
I like Future Gohan, but you couldn't really call him much of a character. Or
It's always one of
anything
the most
unique.
lame things in Dragon Ball games now. He always has 2 arms. I'm like, come on! He does all of his moves with one arm. Just cut it off.
It is weird that every time we get well, it is called the one hand Kamehameha, but like every time Teen Gohan, as they call him, does his like ultimate move, he uses one hand, but in any context in a fighting game, it makes almost no sense for him to do that.
Like, I remember, like, the only game I remember where they took Future Gohan's arm off was Saga's, and that game sucks.
Well, like,
Yeah, Saga's freaking terrible.
he only has
It's
one...
weird though, because so many people fucking like fondly remember him, and he gets put in so many games. But Future Gohan really just exists so that Future Trunks can go Super Saiyan.
Yeah, I mean, like,
That's really all he does.
I
Get
do
his
like
arm
Future
chopped off.
Gohan, but I couldn't call him a character. He's just a plot device, really.
Why isn't this Trunks versus Casey Jones because the Rise Up movie?
Yeah.
Movie's really good, by the way. I loved it.
Well,
I watched it
Pycon is
today.
an idea. Pycon would have been cool in Fighters.
Mr. Green Lip, big tall hat man.
It would have been
He's in
cool to see
Xenoverse,
like
at least.
a completely filler character, but like the only one that's actually super popular.
Kill Satan, man.
I know
Hail Satan.
a lot of people were gunning for Mr. Satan in
I'm
Dragon
kind
Ball
of
Fighters.
surprised he didn't make it. Honestly.
I mean,
Weird.
we could get another fighter pass like in the future when no one expects it.
I wouldn't be shocked if there was just a sequel. I don't know,
Fucking
the first one did so
Yes, Ty was right. I think in his prediction with it was Budokai 3, where Super Gogeta evaporates Broly. It cuts back to Goku. He goes Super Saiyan 1, 2, then 4, and then it cuts to Omega Shenron with like a shadow over his face.
well. Yeah.
because that's the most
as a
important
kid-
part of him.
Yeah.
You know,
As a kid, I had a DVD from the Omega Shenron part of GT, and I was like, oh, I know who that is.
I like the idea that like they cover the face to make you think that there's actually some big reveal when you see his face, and then if you actually watch GT, it's just like, nah, that's just his face. There's not anyone special in there. It's just it's just
He
him.
just looks like every other character.
Big
that he
shock.
looks
It's not
like.
like that's fucking Vegeta's face in
I
there.
imagine maybe they announce it at like some big anime or like video game conference, and they're like, "Ooh, here's the opening cinematic. Oh, whoa, there's a shadow over it. Could it be? Is that Omega Shenron? Did they really put him in the game? Who could this be?" Like, obviously, it's fucking Omega Shenron. When the fuck did Budokai 3 come out? Hold on. It's fucking not Nudokai.
Budokai 3, the best Budokai.
Budokai 3.
One has charm,
Budokai
but
3 came out. Yeah.
aged like ham.
Budokai 3 came out in 2004. How long did GT go? It started in 96. Dragon Ball
Oh,
GT went until 97, 96 to 97. Yeah, so GT had been over for 7 years by the time Budokai 3 came
Fucking
out.
amazing. Good job, lads.
They felt the need to hide it.
When did GT aired in the when the fuck did GT air in America? Hold on. Because that was the biggest audience for the game outside of Japan, I think. At least for like modern console audience was America.
I remember
And
those.
I know
old
we didn't get it until a
national-
lot later because Z was still airing in the 90s by the time GT was over.
Remember the old GT commercials?
I just-
This
I just
is your
realized something.
Daddy's Dragon Ball.
You remember the reveal, right, for Trunks in Death Battle? They used
No.
a shot of Dragon Ball Super, right? But that's
Yeah.
not canon to Xeno. Like, if they
No,
wanted
those
to
are two different characters.
if they wanted to keep it ambiguous, they should have used a clip of Trunks from Z, because like that is all canon to Xenoverse, and
We're
it would
gonna
have made
fully
sense.
comp both of them.
So they did. I don't think they're gonna comp both of them up. Like that would just be weird, because
That'd be stupid. It would make
they
no
would
sense.
add nothing. All right, this has been like an hour, nearly an hour and a half. Most of it's not been about the actual episode. We watched it and then we went on a tirade about Dragon Ball. So I guess
And then we went on with our lives.
let's have some finishing thoughts about Black Adam versus Apocalypse. I was going to say Black Adam featuring Apocalypse, but the fight was really the opposite.
Yeah. I think that last page.
So I
says it
came
all.
in as I said in my Patreon only server, which you can, my Patreon exclusive Discord server, which you can go, to my Patreon and join. Anyway, I said that the only thing I was looking forward to was a Black Adam win and the next time, and both of those ended up disappointing because Apocalypse ended up winning, which, frankly, I'm not surprised. It's not surprising either way. It was either going to be Black Adam takes stat advantage enough to outdo Apocalypse's shit, or Apocalypse's hacks win. Not really a shocker, but I didn't get what I wanted there. And then the next time, after I got hyped up by a fucking 4 a.m. message from Bivweed, ended up just disappointing me. Because it wasn't something I wasn't expecting. If it was Moomin Rider versus Kite Man, you would have heard me pop the fuck off. But no. Nah. I even said that I would not have, that I don't think it's going to be Trunks vs. Silver, but I will not be surprised at all, and I know it's not going to be Sauron versus whoever. We know who's going to fight, but come on.
Who's Sauron?
He's the fucking pterosaur in Superhero Squad show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, him.
Sour on like candy?
The guy who's a fucking human, and I hate that.
Sour
But,
on.
I was actually kind of really excited to see the next time after I was told I'd be surprised. And then you fucking said I'd be surprised too, Don. Guess what?
I
You-
didn't say shit. I'm in the
I
clear.
didn't know
Yeah.
you predicted it would be Xeno Trunks versus Archie Silver.
I'm in the clear.
The only thing
They
that's...
show silver footage from Forces?
I think. The only thing
That's
that's...
from Forces.
The only thing that surprises me is that they'd use fucking Super Trunks for the teaser when that's a completely different Trunks.
Music linked down below.
That's what we call a rug pull. I do like the next time logo, the next time, the words that say next time,
That's-
tick down like a clock. That's fun. That's nice.
The Silver fighting
Yeah.
Infinite. Wait, what?
Hold on.
Oh, now I'm confused.
So let's see. So that's the clock ticking. That's obviously footage from Dragon Ball Heroes, I think.
His hair.
It would make sense. Okay, so I could understand them using game footage for Silver if it was from 06, which canonically did happen pre-Genesis Wave in the Archie comics, as did... I guess that's really the only game Silver had any kind of notable role in at all. But also, before Archie ended, why use... Because if they're specifying Archie Silver... They are specifying Archie Silver. Forces had not come out, and the events of that game did not happen in the Archie universe.
It would have generally been more fitting to use Sir Galahad from Sonic in the Black Knight, because that does appear in Archie.
That
And,
was definitely Forces.
I
That's
still...
Forces-
Why the hell is
Fuck it.
Silver turned into Sir Galahad? Of all the fucking characters,
Here we
why
go.
is he Galahad? Is he
All right,
Shadow's
anyway,
son?
Good night, everybody.
Alright. Yeah, that was... I hope you guys enjoyed us not talking about the episode.
I think we gave it.
You guys can say
No,
goodbye.
That was a
Fine.
solid Storm versus Korra episode.
I thought it was
pretty good.
better than Lex versus Doom.
Yeah, I would give it that.
Which
Yeah,
is not
yeah,
a high
that's
bar for
fair.
me.
The same, barring the results, even I pretty much got the same exact result.
I put it about dead even with my thoughts on Storm versus Korra of the animation's pretty rad, and the analysis is pretty alright.
Shouldn't you be putting it below Korra vs. Storm because there was no Biffweed cameo? This episode
No.
needed the Biffweed cameo. This needed a Range Rover to be used somewhere as a weapon. Very disappointed. Solid,
No,
like,
I'm
3
happy
out of 10.
enough.
Solid 3 out of
I'm
10.
happy enough with it.
so many things were weird. Like Yellow Ring was weird.
That was weird. I forgot.
saying, "Oh shit," this seems super out of character to me. I don't know.
The whole Yellow Lantern Ring was like a big-lipped alligator moment in a death battle because,
Yeah,
he just puts it on. Suddenly, he's fighting Apocalypse. They break the moon. He fucking attempts to tiger uppercut him, and then he just drops. It's like, oh shit! Ah, fuck! I didn't have time to pick that back up.
He's like laying there dead. I'm just gonna assume he can't move, which is why he just accepted his death. I don't know why else he would just lay there and do nothing. And, did the ring just fall off his hand or something?
Well, no, the ring was off
Oh.
him earlier. Like, after he did the tiger and Apocalypse ripped it in half, the ring just
I was
vanishes.
like,
Because, like, when he has the
Come
ring,
on.
he's got a yellow glow.
would have been like at least have like Apocalypse like crush it or something. That would have been cool. I don't know. Fight also felt kind of short. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, fight was a bit short. I'm
Right.
generally disappointed. But the fight had a lot of
Yeah.
good moments. There were a lot of really fucking cool moments.
Giant Apocalypse was cool.
Like, I don't want people to think just because I was a bit disappointed that I thought it was bad. My disappointment comes
Jonathan?
from Black Adam losing and the next time disappointing. The analysis was watchable. The fight had some weird moments, but some really good ones. And the death was half extremely good and half
Hilarious Muppet face getting shrunk.
yeah, half funny.
Jesus Christ.
It was like it was trying to replicate the brutality of Goku Black versus Reverse Flash. But
Yeah, except you kind of gave it too much detail. Now
yeah,
it's-
it ended up looking just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna take your favorite childhood hero and bloody him up because I'm an edgy teenager on Newgrounds sort of feel.
yeah.
But yeah, overall,
Pretty much.
that was a good episode. You guys say goodbye.
Bye bye.
See you in hell.
They would all be Versus fans if they're watching this, so you will. Alright, bye everyone. Support my Patreon.